Welcome to our final letter of the alphabet. It is Z Day on ABC 123. And other than my Zion shirt and my 0 hour bandana hanging behind me, I have very little to work with on Z Day. No Zappa, no Zevon, no ZZ Top, no Zeppelin. But I do have a Z. A very special Z. I have my friend Zach, who is going to guest star on today's episode. So Zach, come on in.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Zach. So we are friends for a variety of reasons, but one of the big parts is that we share a love of music, and very specifically, we've been to a ton of concerts together.
Over 20, I believe.
Nice.
Over 20.
So Zach's got 3 CDs that he picked.
That's right.
He did restrict himself to my collection, but there's plenty of stuff that we love together. Before we get to these 3, we were also thinking of some concerts that won't come up. Some of the bands that we are going to talk about, we did see in concert, and we have stories to tell, but 2 big ones for me. First was Paul McCartney.
At Busch.
Busch Stadium.
Yep.
Huge, awesome, all the wonderful Beatles songs and solo songs you would expect, and Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Then what was the other one? 3 days of the Avett Brothers. So 3 nights in a row, the Avett Brothers were at the
Peabody
in St.
Opera
Louis.
House. Yep.
And we were there together, and we were there with other people. We were sort of, bringing in.
We had a good mix. One night your dad came.
Yes.
And then another, you went with Susie. And then the third, I think it was just me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was amazing to have them for 3 nights in a row. Definitely didn't repeat a song until the 3rd night.
Right.
Because we kept track of that. So you got to go deep into their catalog.
I think they had over 100 songs that they played.
Man.
Their whole discography was just on display.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some choices. Now, these are not
Yeah.
Z artists, but Z here has picked them. So
Okay.
What's up first?
First up is going to be Sigur Rós, and this is their 2008 album.
I think that's what we said. Yep.
2008 album, and I'll let you go ahead and read the title, Tim.
So if you can see this, at the very top is the name of the album. These guys are Icelandic, and that means something, and it says something, but I just call it the one with the naked people running in the field.
Right. And
So that's what that means.
Yeah, we blocked out the butts.
Yes, this is a family-friendly album cover today, but if you go and find it on your own, I can't vouch for it.
All right, so this is a festival. What we're going to do is play 2 clips. One, the beginning of the song, and it's kind of a 2-part song. So let's go ahead and hit them with the beginning. And this is more slow and melancholy, and then we're going to have a build. This is the point where we'd have a lighter going back and forth.
All right, so you'll notice the falsetto, first of all. He's singing in that upper register. Very sweet and beautiful, but they have a tendency of writing long songs. This one's 9.5 minutes.
9.5, yeah.
So you get a lot of this sweet and pure and beautiful. And then
we're gonna go to the second clip, and this is the right after the break of the song, and this is kind of a building, exciting, ecstatic, illuminating part of the song. So why don't you go ahead and hit it? Get our dork dance on. my gosh. So that was a highlight of the time. I think that was actually my favorite concert that we've.
Yeah.
Maybe even that I just overall I've seen some really cool concerts. But that might be my favorite. So.
Sweet.
Really happy to show you guys, all 25 of you, cigarettes.
Yeah, I recall he being very interactive with the audience at that point, and as the music's building, and he's just like feeding off of us and us off of him.
Yeah.
And it was a very emotional kind of a moment.
Yeah, he brought some energy to the crowd that night.
Yeah.
For sure.
So one of the things we need to tell you is they're singing in another language, of course. Some of it is Icelandic, some of it is made up. It would be kind of they call it Hopelandic, but it's kind of the equivalent of scatting, like they're making up syllables that they like, but it doesn't really like mean anything. So pretty.
But it sure sounds good.
Yes.
Sure sounds good.
We love it. All right. Let's talk about these guys.
All right, Spirit Family Reunion. We actually we had gone to the old Rock House here in St. Louis a bunch of times, and I'll let him show it. And we saw a flyer on the wall for Spirit Family Reunion, and we saw that they had a fiddle in the band, and that was good enough for both of us. So even though we hadn't heard any of their music before, we went ahead and took a chance on the Thursday night, and we went and saw them.
Yeah, so this is the album that they were promoting at the time. It's from 2012, and the packaging, all of their stuff is very kind of DIY. Real earthy looking, pretty simple, but the album's called No Separation. We obviously loved what we saw. They have that old-timey string band kind of set up. Somebody's playing the washboard.
We would call it Americana, probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're, it sounds like a bunch of hillbillies, but they're all like from Brooklyn, I think. Young folks, all crowd around the one mic and kind of shout, sing the choruses together. And we love this song that Zach picked. We love the fiddle player. He sings lead on this one. He left the band. I think this was the only time we saw him in the band. And we love them with whoever they've got, but we especially liked this guy, and we're really sad to see him leave.
See him go. But they borrowed from an old country tune or folk tune called Green Rocky Road, and this is their rendition of that song.
When I go to Baltimore, I don't need carpet on my floor. Bradley couldn't follow me. I know a man in Galilee. Green Rocky Road, promenade in green. Tell me who you love. Tell me who you love. Tell me who you love. Tell me who do you love.
Yes. Oh, that gets me every time.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yes, awesome stuff. So much energy. They do capture some of that energy on the recording for sure, but the live show, amazing. One of the big things that we need to mention is that we took a road trip to see them in Cincinnati the second time we saw them. And in attendance at that concert was Jerry Springer.
The mayor of Cincinnati.
The former mayor of Cincinnati himself, Jerry Springer. So I shook his hand as he was leaving. I wanted to say that I had touched, his hand has been in so many different situations probably, but I have now shaken it.
Yeah, that's a wide variety of folks he's come in contact with.
Okay, so our third and final selection.
Typhoon. Yes, so this band is from, I want to say Oregon.
Yep, they're Portland.
Portland bound, and this is Typhoon's Hunger and Thirst, I believe.
This is 2010.
2010. Okay, so this was their first album, and the song that I chose is "The Sickness Unto Death," which is a nod to Soren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, existentialist, and this is kind of a more melancholy song that helped out lead singer Kyle Morton, that's his name, when he was going through battles with Lyme disease.
So that's Kyle in the middle there, but this is an insert in that CD. There's, I think, 10 pictured here. There's always a ton of people with them. I always say about a dozen So they have some big sounds when they're all singing at the same time, some horns and 2 drum sets, just a ton of people. And I think maybe the first time we saw them it was like 10 or 15 bucks. So each of these guys got probably a quarter, if that,
Yeah.
of my money.
But thank you for being there because it was one of the best experiences of my life.
Yeah. for
Concert
sure.
experiences for sure.
Okay, Sickness Unto Death.
I've only got one organ left, and this old bag of bones, it is failing me. And I try to tell the people that I'm dying, only they don't believe me. They say we're all dying, that we're all dying. But if you are dying, why aren't you scared? Why aren't you scared like I'm scared?
So good.
Yeah, we didn't exactly get to show off all the features of the band. There's 11 of them, like Tim was saying, or 12. But I think that's just my favorite of theirs, so we had to show you that one.
Yeah, and so clips, full-length clips of all these songs will be in the comments section below. You can investigate all of those. I really want to thank Zach for being here. He is my favorite Z, and it was a great way to close out the alphabet. So I don't want to say it's our last episode because I have a few more surprises in store for you, but we definitely finished out the alphabet. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys next time.